Frustration level building for customers of CIBC First Caribbean. The Deputy Prime Minister giving an update on the sale of the Grand Lucayan property. And a mentoring group welcoming a special visitor.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Shoshina Wolf-Arkinson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topic news, customers of CIBC First Caribbean Bank taking the institution to task today, accusing the bank of lacking in customer relation skills. While the bank has reopened at a temporary location, customers say that they are not pleased with the way they are being treated. Megan Shepard explains.
Frustration among clients of CIBC First Caribbean Bank reaching a whole new level. Since the closure of the bank this week, customers have been up in arms complaining about lack of communication from the financial institution. And now that a makeshift location has been established at the Python building on West Atlantic Drive, clients are now lamenting the excessive waiting time before they are served.
I've been here like for about an hour, but people been here before me for hours, and that would really bug me. And for my being here, I have not seen a customer service person. CIBC normally give good service, but today I have a difficulty with it.
It's been a challenge for some, especially the older people, to have to stand up as long as they have. But
cars could be seen spilling out over into several parking lots around the Python building as customers attempted to conduct their banking. The line equally as long for clients waiting to be served on the inside. Joseph Major says he has a big concern regarding the safety of the clients.
I haven't seen any security in the parking lot. At the old branch, we normally have about 2 security in the parking lot and 1 at the door. Now we really need security measures. We haven't seen any of those things. We don't have any customer rep that come out and inform us where we could pay our credit card as to what we could do, which I think is very poor. And this is my bank for 25 years. I love it. But I think the service need to be upgraded. Instead of the management team sitting in the office, I think the management team need to come and deal with the line staff and help us get out and give us service that they really do. I have a difficulty with it. There are others here who have a difficulty with it, but I think they are scared of the media.
Now, despite the setbacks and frustrations with the situation, Gwendolyn Newbold says she's grateful that the banking institution is making an effort.
in all things you got to give thanks. It's an overcast day. It could be hot and sunny. It's cloudy, but it hasn't rained yet. So in all things, I give God thanks, They didn't have a location, evidently, for the first couple of days this week, and at least now there is a location. I don't know what the dilemma was, but it looks like they've been working to try to at least present some sort of a solution.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
In other news, police officers taking to the streets this afternoon talking with motorists and pedestrians along the Warren J. Lavarity Highway. The busy thoroughfare, the only link between Freeport and West Grand Bahama, and that was the scene of a horrific traffic accident this week. Now, police are hoping that this effort would avert any further incidents in that area. Kimberly Mullings reports.
Superintendent Jeremy Henfield, officer in charge of the traffic division, leading a team of officers to the Warren J. Lavarity Highway. It was a road safety mission as officers stopped motorists heading into and out of West Grand Bahama, admonishing them to be vigilant at all times.
And so today we're here basically not to really ticket anyone, but basically just to give out some pamphlets as we speak about speed and the major cause of crashes, and just to kind of say to persons, if you leave home in time, you can probably get to where you're going in time without speeding, without endangering maybe your life or someone else's life. And so we just saw it fit to take this opportunity. It's been raining basically all week, and so we have a little opening, and so today we saw it fit, use this opportunity to come out and sensitize the public.
On the night of the fatal accident, Superintendent Henfield noted that poor lighting could have been a factor in the accident that claimed the life of a worker on board a ship docked at the shipyard. Henfield says the police department is always willing to work with the powers that be until such issues are rectified.
Wherever it is a power company job to look to strategically place lights, and the more that we have on the streets would be the better. The streets would be better lit. Those persons who drive in would be able to see a little bit more. And so we're going to work closely with them. Wherever they need us, we stand ready, willing to assist in any which way, any fashion that we can. Any life loss is one too much. And so whenever we are called upon, we are eagerly await and ready to serve.
Hanfield also addressing another issue that the police department has observed when it comes to motorists.
What we find happening is a lot of drivers are driving beyond what their headlights can see. That's another major factor. And so again, it still comes right back to speeding, to speed. And so we know that your lights, you have bright, you have dim lights, they're able to see X amount of feet ahead of you. And so we just ask that you drive with sufficient speed that you can see. If you see something, then you're able to slow down or stop in a reasonable space. That is a lot for that. Some place, so, you know, it just comes right back to persons that are taking their time to get from point A to point B.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNAS Network News.
The status of the Grand Lucayan property is perhaps on the minds of virtually every Grand Bahamian. For those in the hospitality business, its reopening brings with it the promise of employment and some stability in the economy. But the resort's opening is taking much longer than many have anticipated. Well, Natalia Hall spoke to the Deputy Prime Minister today, who addressed the delay.
Deputy Prime Minister Peter Turnquest is once again asking residents to continue to have patience, and the government is working diligently to get the Grand Lucayan Hotel fully up and running. He says things are progressing with the sale, and the government is hoping for a successful result. But he admits that the deal is a complicated one because it involves multiple partners, including the Wynn Group.
As a result of that, there is a lot of going back and forth and trying to agree various clauses of the agreements, and we're at that stage now where we're trying to document the agreements. There's at least 4 agreements that are involved in this deal, and so it takes a bit of coordination and a bit of back and forth to get the substance of the deal that we agree on paper with all the lawyers back and forth, and so that's really what's taking the time. It's just a process, unfortunately.
And when the DPM was asked for a timeline as to when the deal would be sealed,
we hope as soon as possible. I mean, again, I don't want to be tied to a time, but I can only assure the Grand Bahamian people that we are working on this diligently. We are focused, and we believe that we will be able to get it done relatively soon. But to say a specific date, I don't want to do that at this particular point, because again, if it was in our control, we would do it tomorrow. But we are dealing with, as I say, at least 4 of the parties, and as a result of that, it just takes a bit of time to get all the paperwork coordinated and everybody in agreement.
he's also encouraging employees to hold on.
I know that this is a difficult period. The hotel certainly has suffered in the last couple of years as a result of its sort of in limbo situation. But you know, again, we believe that the end result will be good, and we will put ourselves back on a path for sustainable growth and careers in this industry.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Natalia Hall.
A progress report tonight on the new fire station on Settlers Way. You may recall that a multi-million-dollar contract was signed in May of 2015 for the construction of the new state-of-the-art fire station at a cost of around $6.1 million. Now, while the construction process is complete, the station is yet to be officially opened. Minister of State for Grand Bahama, Kwesi Thompson, gives this update on the apparent delay.
The government is also very concerned about moving that project forward. When we came to office, while the building itself was completed, there was no progress made with respect to the furnitures to the building. The government now has made progress with the ordering and purchasing of the furnitures, and we expect that in very short order those furnitures will arrive for the fire station.
Now, he says once this happens, the new facility will be ready for opening.
Will then become operational. So we expect in very short order that we will see the opening and full outfitting of the Grand Bahama fire station.
Tell him go down. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues in just a moment.